But both players banned in the 6 best civilizations already. It's kind of strange. Yeah, the thing is, it doesn't seem to be like a fixed roster of civilizations, right? Because it's a different ban for every series. There have been some similarities between the bans, but sometimes, like for instance, I wouldn't be expecting Byzantines to get banned. For instance, I would have expected Chinese to get banned instead. And that can be the case in some of the other series too. However, yeah, that also gives us some more variety as well, because now we are more likely to see some of the other civilizations instead of seeing, you know, like Vikings, Chinese, Mayans, Aztecs, and Arabia all day. So that's a very nice side effect, I guess. We just get some more variety. Guys, welcome everyone then to game number 1 between Slam and BacT. We have for the blue player Mr. BacT on the right hand side Indians, while Slam on the other hand's got Hanzo. That's a very interesting matchup over here, and yeah, you know, I'm gonna be liking Indians over here. Oh, a little bit of engagement over here, going in favor of no one for the time being. It's very, very close HP, and it's going to be the same. Yeah, no heal advantage over here for anybody, actually. I think BacT was kind of hoping to have the heal advantage over there, and they were actually doing the same damage to each other. So now in Balin, he ends up taking 1 extra hit, and now Slam's looking a little bit better. Anyway, for these civilizations, starting with BacT civilization, with Indians is going to be getting 10, 15, 20, and 25% cheaper villagers in the Dark Feudal Castle and Imperial Age. On top of that, we also have for Indians, well, 1-2 extra pierce armor on stable units in the castle and Imperial Age respectively, with the team bonus being also 5 bonus damage from camel rider units against buildings. That's 5, if I'm not mistaken, or is that 4? Actually, I think it might be 4. For Indians, we get actually 4, yeah. I was confused over there for a moment. Slam on the other hand, with Huns, will get 50% accuracy on trebuchets, which we saw in the last game already be pretty useful. On top of that, we also get for Huns, well, he's got 10 and 20% cheaper cavalry archers in the castle and Imperial Age, and that is going to be really interesting to see. And we'll talk about the civilization matchup actually in just one moment, but besides that, Huns also start with 200 population support from the get-go. They do not need to build houses, but they start with 100 less wood because of it. As for the team bonus, on the other hand, he gets also 20% faster working stables, which can be pretty strong. Probably not so much against Indians. Once again, we're going to talk about the same matchup in a moment. But yeah, first off, let's go and take a look at the map generation. Starting with BacT, it's going to have the main goal on the back already, and that's pretty good. On top of that, he's got the main stone on the back. We have the secondary goal forward. The other secondary goal is going to be up north, and then we have on the left-hand side secondary stone for him as well. So if he is to secure this area of his base, these resources on the back, he's gonna need to go for walls from here towards the edge of the map, probably from here towards the TC if he does not want to be too greedy, and probably from here towards this area, right? So he will be able to secure it like this. Then eventually he could potentially try to connect from the barracks to the wood line over here, and wood line to wood line, and that'll be pretty good. Unfortunately, while he does secure some back resource over here, there are no safe wood lines whatsoever for the blue player. A few militias coming in for BacT. Yeah. Let's take a look at Slam's map generation super quick. He's got the main goal on the back. He's got secondary goal forward. He's got the other secondary goal on the right-hand side towards the south as well, but it's super open on the right-hand side, so he won't be able to protect us easily. If he went for walls like this, here, and here, he will be able to protect once again the gold and the stone over here on the back, but no safe wood lines whatsoever. So yeah. Here comes BacT. Very good reaction from Slam as well. I think he probably noticed about the militias coming in with the scout earlier, because he had the quick walls up over here before the militias hit his base. Now he's going for quick walls right next to the wood lines as well, and that's going to be pretty good. Alright, so BacT cannot do too much over here. The Drush actually does kind of catch me by surprise, because I was not expecting this from Indians. The matchup over here should be favoring BacT civilization. Why? Because he's gonna be getting the best camels in the game, and Huns are gonna be a cavalry civilization. If Huns do not go for standard cavalry, such as scouts or nightline units, they're gonna be going for cavalry archers for sure. And for that, BacT civilization is also significantly better than other camel civilizations, because you get 1 extra pierce armor, as we talked about. So in the Castle Age, the extra pierce armor means that with chain barded armor, those camels go up to +3 pierce armor, which gets them in between standard camel and a knight with chain barded armor, right? On top of that, Indians, they actually do get cavalry archers as well, but they are fully upgraded. while Huns are lacking the last armor upgrade. And because they get a very strong economy because of the cheaper villagers, BacT could potentially get there faster as well, and that could potentially compensate for the cheaper cavalry archers that Huns get, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Indians potentially go for that as well if they manage to get to a good spot, of course, first. So yeah, definitely a lot of options over here for BacT as Indians. I was not expecting the rush over here. Oh, but it's open! I think, did he? Oh, he overforaged. And he opened that. Wow. I guess a slightly cheaper bill helps smooth the pre-mill drush eco a little bit. That's gotta be it. I was not expecting it at all, to be honest. Now he's adding 2 extra militias into the mix. He's going for the Man-at-Arms upgrade. You have a little bit of engagement over here, and Slam's gonna be able to take the militia down, but his scout's gonna be left on very little HP. Meanwhile, you know, BacT's got his scout still over here with enough HP to take on Slams for sure. Slam's going for extra scouts himself, so very sound play over here from Slam. Full on scouts, meanwhile BacT on the other hand with Man-at-Arms. Man, I don't know. The Man-at-Arms on what? Is he going to go for Man-at-Arms archers? He's got 2 villages on gold already. Interesting. That's certainly not what I was expecting over here. He's got a spearman coming out. The Man-at-Arms get cleaned up though. So 2 scouts going down over there. Yeah, and the spearman's kind of out of position right now. BacT's going for another one, but until he gets the spearman on... Nah, it's fine, it's fine. BacT doesn't really have any exposed economy. He's gone for local walls around the berries and local walls around the walls, around the wood actually. So I don't think he needs to rely on the spearman for defenses too much. And this is a very, very interesting approach. So, Man-at-Arms into archers into what? This is probably going to make it a little bit harder for him to get to the Castle Age, while Slam on the other hand, of course, is going to be adding more farms because of the scout, and that's usually going to translate into a slightly faster Castle Age time, right? And with the faster Castle Age time against a player going for Man-at-Arms archers or archers only after losing the Man-at-Arms, Knights are going to be super effective. Until BacT gets to the Castle Age himself and is able to go for camels, Slam's going to be looking stronger over here in my opinion. And let's open actually the bettings, guys. Or the prediction contest, should I say, sorry. We're not betting stuff over here, we're just predicting with bones. And the question is, who wins game 1, right? Options BacT and Slam. You have 2 minutes. I have already said who I think is going to get ahead in this game, but I'm a pleb, so just disregard that and just follow your heart. Last minute on the way. On the back for BacT. Good job. And there we go. It's going around. Slam's going around. So far, he cannot find a single villager, and because of the way the BacT is taking wood over here, it's going to take forever for him to overchop. It's going to take forever for him to overmine over here. And over here, he could potentially overforage. Yeah, but these scouts are out of position, so I don't think that's going to make much of a difference, even if he runs out of berries. Keeps on roaming around. Yeah, and BacT should be fine. He's got 15 food workers right now, while Slam is only on 12, which I find surprising. He's making a switch to gold right now. So what is the plan over here? He's going for fletching, he's going for wheelbarrow. He won't be able to go up to the Castle Age at all. He's making the switch to gold right now as if he already had his full economy set up, but he does not have it just yet. So this will not suffice until he adds a few extra farms to go up to the Castle Age. BacT on the other hand, it's got a little bit of a better eco-balance situation going on right now with more farmers and a few less gold miners. He's finally getting the archers out though. Apparently we can't bet with points here in Sweden either. Rip. So you can only bet with 0 points. I see. There's a 10-to-1 betting ratio right now in favor of BacT, I think. Who was option 1? Yeah, whoever was option 1 is certainly looking a lot stronger. There you are. Wheelbarrow coming in right now for BacT as well. Slam is finally getting to a decent amount of farms, although BacT is looking super strong right now as well. I think both players are probably going to be going up to the Castle H at about the same time. There we go, good job. Yeah, he got it. He can clean all of these units up, so Slam's gonna be in a pretty good spot, and now he's got almost enough resources to go up to the Castle H. Well, BacT on the other hand, surprisingly enough, he fell behind the food workers after he ran out of berries over here. Yeah, well, Slam has already made the switch out of berries. So his economy is so much more efficient, with farms being significantly faster food income source. Second and third archer range coming out right now for Slam. That's pretty good. So we're gonna see full cavalry archer over here. Now, against Indians, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to require about 27 cavalry archers to one-shot fully upgrade the camels from Indians. So that is significantly higher than the 24 that's required for standard camels. And it's in between, right? It's very close to the 30 that you need to take a knight down instead. So it's much better for Indians, and get into a good amount of camels and get on a proper surround going against cavalry archers can be devastating. Could be devastating on Slam's army. Both players are on the way already, on the way to the Castle H. You know, it starts with bet and Twitch points. Next thing you know, you're putting your last paycheck down at the racetracks. Yeah, that's the way it goes, man. Putting down your house in the casino one week later. Alright. You know what's the difference though? I'm not taking any points myself. In real life, the house always takes a cut. So the house always wins. That's not gonna be the case over here. Alright, 20 seconds for the Castle H for Slam, about 35 seconds. I am expecting full camel production over here for BacT, but the problem is he's got only one stable right now. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Slam's got 3 archer ranges already, so he's got a good amount of archers out. He's going to be going for Crossing and Botkin Arrow after he gets the upgrades out, then we're going to see a switch to cavalry archers. Well, triple archer range is not going to take too long for him to get to a good amount of units. BacT on the other hand, with a single stable, is not really going to be able to produce much of anything. And he does not have the wood to go for another stable, so I do find it very curious, the strat he went for in this game. And it does not seem to transition too well into the Castle H, because now he does not even have the infrastructure to go for camels anymore. He'll probably be able to clean out the skirmishers over here, but I mean, losing a scout over here to these units is something that shouldn't have happened, and unfortunately for BacT, that means he's going to end up losing a lot of HP on this camel as well. He's got a few extra archers coming forward. Yeah, but Sam's not been taken from the berries for a while. And yeah, he cannot get the numbers up over here, and he cannot go forward because he needs to take care of these units on the back as well. And because Slam's bringing the crosses over here as well, the camera's not gonna be able to clean these units up anymore. Really good job from Slam. He pushed all the villagers from BacT away from this woodland. That's going to leave BacT on only one woodland right next to it, by the way. So, if Slam brings a new group of units, and he's going for it already, he's got one crossbow over here, and he just sits behind the woodland over here, it's gonna be basically denying BacT of wood. Full stop. Good job. Yeah, really good engagement over here on the left-hand side for Slam. It's pushing BacT out. BacT on the other hand, got skirmishers only, man. I don't like this at all. I don't like this one bit. Slam will be so much farther ahead compared to BacT in terms of military very soon. It's only skirmishers. Nice check. Yeah. Well played. There we go. Yeah, good job. Yeah, that was pretty good. This is what I was talking about. Slam's just looking so much stronger. Wow, BacT just calls a GG over there. 26 minutes, 38 seconds into the game. Slam's getting the lead in the series already. Huh, I guess this might be Slam's chance to, you know, break his unfortunate streak of underperforming in tournaments. Because game number 1 did not look particularly too close. And I'm very, very surprised about BacT's strategy once again. I'm not really sure what the plan was over there. It just seems like it just set him back, unfortunately. And Slam over here in the end is going to get a very, very close to 2-to-1 KD ratio. We have an army high 33 to 16 as well for Slam and BacT respectively. And for economy, on the other hand, we have a lot of extra resources. He collected more wood, more food, more gold, more of everything. Managed to get also a much faster uptime to the fuel age. And well, to the castle age, he was also beating BacT by quite a bit. Probably about 19 seconds over here, so not too much. But enough to get the crossman upgrade and to put pressure against BacT, push him away from woodline. And eventually BacT was unable to go for much of anything. Did not have access to resources. Did not have the infrastructure even to go for the camels. I'm very sure he wanted to go for over there. So yeah, that's another instance over here of the civilization matchup not being the determining factor, but rather the players. So yeah, it's about the players, not the civs. Same way it's about the driver, not the cars, as they say. And yeah, Slam's showing it. Let's update this then. Without Indians, without Huns, third pick for each player. So mid-pack civilization over here for both. We're gonna get Chinese still left for BacT, right? He's gonna have Berbers, Mongols, Malians, and Teutons. Meanwhile, for Slam we have Tatars, or we have Tatars rather. We have Lithuanians, Vietnamese, Ethiopians, and Khmer. So that's pretty good. I think I'm expecting to see for game number 2 probably Tatars over here. I feel like it's probably a safe bet. Yeah, I think it's probably a safe bet. Unless we have Berbers, right? From BacT. BacT goes for Berbers and Tatars, kind of suicidal. If you want to go for something a little bit safer, what could he go for? Ethiopians maybe? Ethiopians could potentially be pretty good. Ethiopians, especially because of the strong siege, you know, they are very strong for archers, which is going to work pretty well against most civilizations that, yeah, BacT's got right now. However, they also have the chance to go for infantry and siege as well because of their super strong siege. The free pikeman upgrade as well, that's something that he could potentially pursue against a civilization such as Berbers, or heck, even Mongols. You know how Mongols, they kind of struggle in the mid game as well. And against Teutons, he would have the archer choice. Against Malians, Malians could be good. Malians could be good, I guess, potentially, but yeah, I don't think there's a safe bet for anybody over here, actually. I think we are still too early into the series, so going for any civilization is going to come with its own risks. And there's going to be definitely some guesswork involved for players before going for whatever civilization they're going to choose for game number 2. Anyway, come on, BacT. I really didn't really want my guess to be right. Rip. Okay. Let's actually pay the predictions off. And whoever bet on Slam over here, wow. 91% to 9%. For BacT and Slam respectively. Whoever bet on Slam over here is gonna be getting a good chunk of points. Whoever bet on Slam. There we go. Nice, very XD. You're getting 110 points. There's a fairly pricey loss for whoever bet on BacT. And be honest, guys, were you betting on BacT or were you betting on Indians? Were you betting on the player or the civilization? Anyway, game number 2 is here, I think, so we should be able to jump into it. Very curious what we're going to see for civilizations. Once again, I think there's going to be a risk to whatever civilization players decide to go for. So, one moment. Yeah, I should be able to jump into this one. So matcha was too alluring for BacT, right? It was false gold. Oh boy. A bet for slam as well. Right. Well, feels bad, man. That would have been a good payback actually. I don't know what these points are though. Oh, it's just channel points. You can bet with them, and eventually you're gonna be able to use them for some kind of perks. Guys. Oh, welcome everyone to game number 2! BacT is going for the lame already. We are in 3 minutes into the game, and geez, we already have the elephant. Yeah, there we go, landed underneath the TC for BacT. Good job. I was gonna try to even the waters out a little bit. He went 4 right away, and nice. Ah, your ears? I'm sorry. You know, yesterday I actually had to increase the volume for mem stream, but I usually don't have it quite as loud on my end. So I'm just going to go on and decrease volume a little bit. There we go. Should still be pretty decent. And now when I scream, it's not going to be significantly louder than it's already, I think. There we are. Good job. So, let's talk about the civilization. Starting with BacT, he's gonna be playing Berbers, right? That means he'll get, first off, 15 and 20% cheaper stable units in the castle and Imperial Age. He gets 10% faster moving villagers. Then on top of that, we're gonna get also, for the team bonus, access to janitors. While Vietnamese, on the other hand, they get free conscription. They get free, yeah, you know, they get also, they know the starting location of enemy TCs. They do not need to pay any wood for eco upgrades, which is going to allow them to save some resources. And then they also have 20% extra HP on archer units. And that is not archer line units, but archer type units in general. So that's also going to be affecting skirmishers, for instance, which is pretty good. And, you know, even cavalry archers could potentially be an option. But I think I've only seen once cavalry archers from Vietnamese before. Anyway, for the team bonus, on the other hand, he also gets access to the Imperial Skirmisher upgrade and unit, of course, which can be so valuable in the Imperial Age as well. If I start screaming, by the way, I don't think it's going to get any... I don't think it's going to be significantly louder than it is right now, hopefully. Let me just make sure that that is the case. 1 second. Yeah, it should be the case. There we go, BacT is coming in. Might be able to get the goat over there. No, he's not gonna get it. Is he gonna lame it though? Yeah, he's gonna lame it. BacT is taking no risks over here, no chances. He went ahead, he got away with laming. Now he's taking a goat down as well. Slam, reacting to this perfectly, by the way, just pushing all the zeros over here. And then on the right hand side, yeah, BacT is going for local walls right now. Let's take a look at the map generation real quick before the players get to the Fuel Age. By the way, with the amount of villages we're going up, the fact that BacT is not going for gold anymore, at all, rather, means he's going to be going for scouts. Meanwhile, Slime is going to be going for Men-at-Arms archers, which makes sense. So yeah, taking a look at BacT's map generation, is going to have the Mingle in the back, which is pretty good. However, he does not have any defenses around his base just yet. Maidstone is to the right-hand side, kind of on the back as well. So if you draw a straight line in between both TCs, and then a perpendicular line over here is going to be on the back. And then we have a secondary goal over here on the left-hand side, a secondary goal on the left-hand side towards the south, both of these very far away, and then the secondary stone on the left-hand side very far away as well. Should be able to secure the majority of his economy by going for walls connecting dots over here from woodland to woodland towards the edge of the map on both sides over here. That would allow him to secure 2 woodlands actually, but it's not something that's going to be going for from the get-go. It's something that's going to have to aim towards for later in the game. Slam on the other hand, we're going to take a look at his map generation. Given he cannot do any damage over here, I don't think we're going to be missing out on too much. He's got the Mingle on the back, which is pretty good. And once again, it's going to be very consistent map generation. We have the secondary golds over here to the right-hand side towards the north. And then we have the main stone to the northeast. And the secondary stone on the back. I think this is going to be a little bit trickier. If he tried to protect everything, he would have to go for walls like this, which are going to be significantly pricier. And much more time consuming for villagers to build. So I'm liking BacT's map generation a little bit better, even though I think it's fairly even for both players, at the very least in terms of resource location. Still was already out for BacT. We'll see the second scout out. And he's got an archer range coming out right now, so we're going to see skirmishers. So scout skirmishers versus Minotaur's archers. On paper. Oh, bets. Fair point. Thank you. Man, I really need to get a mod to do these things. BacT. Slam. There you go. 2 minutes again. I think. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and so far he's unable to break through the palisade over here. He does have the heal advantage though, so he's chunking a bunch of HP off that palisade super fast, and he's keeping BacT's, you know, lumberjacks repairing over here. I think that was 2 villagers repairing for the good part of the last minute or so. Yeah, and interestingly enough though, you can still see that BacT's worker efficiency is actually significantly higher compared to Slam. You know, it shouldn't be the case after he's under so much pressure over here. 5k already? Holy moly. Fletching on the way? No as well. But it's going to be skirmishers. It's always skirmishers. So the archers won't be able to do much of anything over here. Slam's gonna have to either make a switch to skirmishers himself or start adding scouts into the mix. Maybe scouts and archers, you know, will be a beautiful army composition for Slam, but it's so expensive. Usually delays you to the castle age so much. Over here though, very good reaction and very, very good defense for BacT. He ends up cleaning all these units up. He's maybe taking a few too many losses, but oh man, wait a moment though. Is he gonna be able to clean this up? Scouts taking the skirmishers, the Minotaur's still up over here, it's going down finally, but that was actually not a terrible engagement for Slam, you know? I feel that BacT could probably have gotten a better engagement over there. I think unit control was probably not there, as we saw him lose scouts to Minotaurs when he didn't need to. Yeah, now it's only going to be skirmishers. But it's alright, only 1 scout, very, very low HP as well. That was costly for BacT, yes. Slam on the other hand has already gotten the walls up, by the way. And he's come for the walls we expect him to see most likely, because going for walls around the woodlands over here would have been too bad. So he's just going to wall towards the TC, and that allows him to secure the gold and a little bit of the woodlands, but these are not really secure because we could potentially see some archers coming in and pushing the villagers away still. However, I think he's gonna be safe from potential archers from BacT. I don't think we're gonna see that until we get to potentially camel archers. BacT's got the 1 archer over here only. He's going for more, but I don't think this is going to be a heavy investment. And because Lamb's been going for it since earlier, he should be able to defend himself just fine. Even if the number is not looking quite as good right now, he's gonna be getting a good amount of archers out himself. And yeah, I think there is very, very little chance, very little, you know, probability, very low probability of BacT doing anything around Slam's woodlines in any case. I do love that BacT is trying to wall towards the edge of the map over here. And you know, Slam getting the score lead over here. It's just remarkable how well he's been able to bounce back after getting lamed. The reaction was absolutely pristine. Pushing the deer and whatnot. That was really good. BacT on the other hand, I'm really sure if he pushed anything. I think he might have gotten 1 huntable only. Where's the second group? Yeah, he got only 1 zebra or 1 ostrich. And that's about it. There you go. It's 1 villager down already. Might be able to get another villager over here. Man, Slam's been doing so much damage with the units he's gone for. BacT's been struggling really bad. Even to defend, it's just been so hard. BacT's taken not the most cost-effective trades over here. Now Slam's got a better KV. He's got 2 villagers that he's taken from BacT so far. Make that 3 villagers already down for BacT. And that's gonna be 4? No way. Oh man, he almost got it. He almost got the 4th villager. That was really good for Slam. Take a look at the economy right now. It's looking pretty good for him as well. He's got Wheelbarrow. He's had it for a little bit. Meanwhile, BacT is only now finishing to research it. 1 HP save over there. Yeah, that was pretty good. But now he's got to be careful. There's a scout over here. I don't think that villager goes down. 2 more hits would be enough to get her down, but there's a lot of units over here for BacT. So yeah, well, players are going to be going after the Castle Age, but this is really good for Slam. After a very rocky start, he's looking strong. At the very least, he's been able to catch up. Now this matchup, I didn't really talk about the Civilization matchup too much. I don't think there's going to be a clear favorite over here. I do like the Vietnamese archers, of course, but BacT is going to have very strong knights and camels for very cheap. And knights, for the most part, are going to be the most important unit over here when he gets to the Castle Age, right? The 15% discount already allows you to go for double knight spam for a little bit less resources. If you get your economy worked up a little bit more, you can potentially go up for triple stable knight production. Because Vietnamese, they do not get camels. They can only go for pikes, right? They're not really going to be able to defend too well against that. They could potentially go for elephants, I guess, or monks, but that's very unlikely. I think we're probably just going to see knights versus archers over here. Archers and pikes, maybe. I'll probably prefer some monks, but you know, you're expecting Berbers to start already producing a lot of units. So monks alone, I'm really sure if it's going to suffice. I mean, archers and monks, I don't think it's going to suffice. I think it's probably going to be better for him to add a few pikemen into the mix regardless. Just because you're expecting to see more units coming out from BacT in the Castle Age compared to other civilizations. Monks are a little bit tricky, right? Against larger amounts of units. You need a good amount of them. No spearmen coming out from Slam whatsoever, though. Instead, we see skirmishers coming in. Well, BacT is still very much open on up in the north over here. He was going for the walls towards the south, and he was able to close himself up over here. He was trying to go for the walls up north, but it's gonna take some time. Now he's getting the 2nd stable, so he can start spamming knights as soon as he gets to the Castle Age, but it's gonna be here only 5 seconds faster for him. That means Lance should be able to get a crossman upgrade and Balkan arrow before we get a decent amount of knights out from BacT anyway. I would love for BacT, sorry, for Slam to go for University as soon as he goes up though. Just try to figure out the win rate on AV stats, but 26% win Vietnamese against Berbers seem a little low, maybe too few matches. Vietnamese are a very interesting civilization because they are not really regarded as a very strong civ. Usually they have one of the lowest win rates, full stop. However, you gotta keep in mind that the vast majority of the matches take place on much lower elo than the tournament matches. That is also why you're gonna see Poles, for instance, dominating on Arena. But when you get to high-level clown gameplay, Poles are actually fairly mediocre, right? And that's gonna be the case with many other civilizations as well. So it can be a little bit tricky. I guess you probably would have to try to filter that out by, you know, filtering by elo, maybe. About 2k2, probably. I'm really sure how matches there are in the database, though. There might be too little. Or too few matches, rather. Too little information. So Castle Age is here, and Slam's been able to push BacT away from goal, for sure. He's got the crossman upgrade and Balkan arrow as we were expecting, and BacT's got elite skirmishers over here right now as well. He's got Balkan arrow too, and then he also has Powder Arch armor, which is pretty good. There we go. Micro over there was not the best for BacT though. Slam's looking super strong over here. Once again, I would definitely like to see Slam go for a university right away, but unfortunately, I don't think he's got one on the way. No. Does not have a university currently, does not have one on the way at all. Counter push from BacT gets cleaned up. Yeah, and Slam's certainly putting a lot more pressure over here. 1650 plus elo is not too shabby, but yeah, not filter for 2k plus elo. Right. Yeah, it's not bad for 1650 plus, but I feel like it's still definitely meaningful enough to alter the results in any case. Then finds a goal at the same time is so nice. It is, and he's also been forcing BacT into skirmishes, which after going for knights is also going to be so food intensive for him. So yeah, no access to food, and then food intensive army. You can see how BacT is going down to almost no resources over here. No gold, no food. He's got no knights anymore, he's got only skirmishers. Meanwhile, Slam on the other hand has got 20 crossbows coming forward, and he's got a bunch of skirmishers actually still. So let's see about BacT. BacT is sending forward archers, man. These are POH units. Oh boy. Just found out that it is Elo because there was a guy called Arpad Elo. Yeah. At the very beginning I thought it was an acronym, so I used to type it in all caps as well. But it's actually a guy's name. I'm not really sure. What did they use it? What did they invent it for? Was it for chess or was it for something else? Let me know if you find out. I think it might be for chess, but I might be misrecalling here. Second DC coming up, already for Slam. Chess. Ah, okay, thank you. The original what is that? Mind sports? It's not esports, of course, but the original competitive tabletop game? Board game? What do you call that? Board game, I think, right? Yeah, in Spanish we call them tabletop games. Good job, good defense for Slam. 30C coming up for him as well. He's falling behind the villager count as BacT went for the second TC immediately, as opposed to going for full pressure. But he does have a lot more military units over here, so if he can keep the numbers high and he can push, you know, BacT away from Woodland, if he can deny resource over here, then the extra villagers from BacT won't matter too much. And if he can get villagers down, actually, that'll be so much better as well. It's coming in. It's gotta be really careful with the skirmishers over here, though. Good job. Oh, man. Oh, he's getting it. He's getting the Magnel. He's not getting it. Good reaction from BacT. Now Slam gets pushed away. He's gotta be really careful over here, though. The Magnel. Oh, man. They just missed a shot. I think he was probably not paying attention over there. Otherwise, he might have gotten a very good hit over there. Meanwhile, up in the north, we're gonna have a second group of units coming in from Slam. He was able to get one villager down already. And finally, we have ballistics for Slam as well. He might have had it for the last minute or so. But it's pretty good. That's going to make it so much more effective. You can see he got another villager over here. And that brings EcoKD in favor of Slam up 6-0. And the villager count is not quite as one-sided anymore. With the 30C, Slam was not only able to catch up in villager production, but also the villager picks over there allowed him to shrink the villager difference a little bit. And now he's only 5 villagers behind, which is not too bad. Should be able to get the knight down over here, but then these are going to clean that up. Shoot, anyway. Oh man, BacT does not have even scale bar than armor. No wonder these knights are gonna melt it. Yeah. Skirmishers now. I think that was a Mangonel. Let's go back. Yeah. Yeah, it's a Mangonel going down for BacT over here. Well, really good job. And it doesn't seem like BacT managed to do too much damage over here at all. He ends up losing 2 additional villagers over there. 9-0 EcoKD so far in favor of Slam. Yeah, more knights going down as well. It's been pretty good for the red player. And BacT, surprisingly enough, he's not upgraded his units just yet. He's got the blacksmith, we know, because he's got Bodkin arrow already for the skirmishers. And Slam should be able to break through over here. He's coming in. Yeah, good job. Good job. Slam's units are just going to be so much better than BacT as long as BacT refuses to go for even scale Paladin armor, not +1/+1 or nothing for the Knights. He's only now going for Bloodlines! I completely missed that he did not have even Bloodlines. He was going... Oh my god, man. He was fighting with archers with standard Knights, no armor, no HP. Of course he was going to get melted. While he's taking a good trade over here. BacT's taking a good trade over here with the skirmishers. Slam's got a second group of units coming in over here, pushing the villagers away from gold once again. And, you know, if he cannot secure this gold, he cannot take from anywhere because the secondary golds are on the left-hand side, as we saw earlier. So this is a really good position. Even if Slam gets pushed out over here, it's fine. All he's got to do is keep BacT away from gold, and then he can just keep on going for more units. If he went for a forward siege workshop, gets a Magnet out, then his crosses are safe against skirmishers, and there's nothing else that BacT can go for realistically. With the Magnet, he can also try and take the TCs down as well, and then he can take it from there. We're gonna see a 4 castle coming in from Slam over here. Not the biggest fan, especially considering the full military control that he's got around the map over here. I feel like a castle around this area would certainly have been a lot better. So for instance, he gets it on top of the hill, right? And then he secures, or at the very least he denies access to this gold. And then he makes it much riskier to get to this stone as well. He will also push all the villagers away from wood, of course. Slam's getting pushed away from here, that's good. BacT is getting control of the gold over here once again. Yeah, I feel like if Slam brought all the units back and he tried to defend the position over here and tried to go for a castle over here, that would have been so much better. I'm not too sure if maybe Slam is thinking BacT might be able to go up to the Imperial Age faster. It wouldn't really make too much sense though, because BacT's been taking a lot of eco losses. You can see 11-0 KD over here. And he's been on 2 TCs only. Like, Slam knows that there's only now the 3rd TC coming out for BacT. So he shouldn't be expecting the blue player to be ahead in eco. So I don't really know why he went for such a conservative castle over here. I would understand if he was expecting BacT to go up faster, to be a little bit more resilient about letting, you know, BacT even know about the castle coming up, but seems like this could have been significantly better. Slam in total control. BacT keeps on throwing away knights. He does, yeah. That's been very unfortunate. By the way, guys, thank you so much for the follows today as well. Very much appreciated. And welcome everyone who's coming into the stream for the first time. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Big shout out to Memb for hosting the tournament, having it open streaming as well, and to Meshuggah, Pinstack, and Microsoft for sponsoring the prize pool as well. That's something actually I did not say yesterday. But yeah, huge shout out to the sponsors and to the tournament host as well, because this is, you know, finally bringing some great content back to Age of Empires 2. After A4 came out, there's not really been a whole lot going on around A2 until KOTD. Good job from Slam. BacT's reaction over here is, oh man, what's going on? Oh man, I think BacT dropped. Guys, yeah, BacT dropped. He has a resource to go up to the Imperial Age. BacT dropped. This gotta be over. Yeah, it's over, guys. Because now cannot use the restore file. He's only going to get the restore prompt after he has taken the villagers down over here. So BacT has taken too much damage, and that's gotta be probably an admin win for Slam. They could potentially try to restore, but BacT has already taken damage. Slam is only going to get the restore file of after he took the archer, after he took the villagers down, actually. So yeah, unless BacT's got a restore file himself, they're not gonna be able to resume this game. Let's go back and let's see what we get. BacT versus Slam. This should be a restore. Yes, and we're gonna pick it up right off from where we left. And welcome everyone. Yeah, right here. There we go. That's a useful restore because BacT, he ends up losing a villager over here, okay, but he goes right back down. Slam realized that BacT had died or had disconnected when he already got to this area, and he was already taking all the villagers down. So this is pretty good. Now we're gonna see a defensive tower coming over here for BacT. Meanwhile, Slam on the other hand had already gotten a castle up on the left hand side. And then on the right hand side, yeah, the tower is not coming up at all. So BacT is looking super rough, guys. Slam on his way to the Imperial Age. Good job. 2 Magnus over here, though. We'll see. Thank you so much for the bits, Bornuts. What a nice name, by the way. Good stuff. By the way, we should probably pay the prediction stuff, right? Yes, there you go. This is much better than what we had yesterday, like, by a long shot. So now I'm getting to the Castle Age so much faster. To the Imperial Age, sorry, so much faster. He's going to be able to go for trebuchets, but he's also going to be able to go for Elite Rattan Archer. He'll be able to go for Arbalisters, whatnot. Meanwhile, BacT is coming out with some knights over here. He was already preparing. He's a good amount of villagers. Actually, he got more villagers compared to Slam. But he's nowhere near going up to the Imperial Age himself. This is weirder than Empire War start. It must be tough to start in the middle of a game. I imagine. I have no idea, you know... Yeah, I have no idea if the guys picked this up today or yesterday or when. Because yesterday, yeah, I think it must have been today, because yesterday actually we couldn't finish the series because BacT remained without internet for the remaining of the day, if I'm not mistaken. Which is unfortunate. Another castle on the way for BacT. Seems like he's just gonna keep on crushing BacT. We're going for the castle rush. Meanwhile, BacT on the other hand is about to get to enough resources to click up to the Imperial Age himself. Yeah, and for the time being, he's just surviving. He's got skirmishers, ramps over here. So, down south, let's assume that Slam's gonna have enough resources. Okay, never mind. Slam gets to the Imperial Age, guys, and BacT calls it GG. So, that is 2-0 in favor of Slam. Well played. Let's, I mean, taking a look at the achievements right now is kind of useless because there's not really a whole lot to take a look at. But we are just going to go back and we are going to wait for game number 3. So far, 2-0 in favor of Slam. And game number 3 is coming up in just 1 second. It's been shared with us. And got it. This one doesn't have any restore, so it seems, thankfully, they were able to just play this one completely from beginning to end. Gotta go, good night. Okay, Hovercraft, we'll see you later. Good night. Nice stream. Thank you, Bornuts. Very much appreciated for the 100 bits, by the way. That's gonna be an avocado worth of bits, which I love. Can't wait for the next Red Bull Lolo tournament. The Star Ball players in Castle Age with 20 archers and 10 knights. Yeah, right. Seems about good. Game number 3 is coming up, guys. Let me cross the civilizations out over here super quickly. As we had Khmer and Vietnamese. Wait, what? We didn't have Khmer? Doesn't make any sense. What was the other civilization? What was the other civilization for BacT? Well, anyway, we're just going to jump into game number 3 and we can cross the civilizations later. For Slam, in game number 3, then we're gonna have Tatars. BacT is playing with Chinese. That means for the bull player on the left-hand side, Slam's gonna be getting 25% additional bonus damage from military units against enemy units when fighting from a higher elevation, which is gonna be super strong on this Arabia version, as there are hills everywhere. Besides that, we also get for Tatars free Parthian tactics, free thumbring. We're gonna get also 50% extra food from herdables, as well as 2 additional sheep underneath each new ability TC starting in the Castle Age onwards. And for the team bonus, we also have 2 extra line of sight on cavalry archer units. BacT with Chinese, on the other hand, he begins with 3 extra villagers, but he begins also with 200 less food and 50 less wood compared to other civilizations. He's gonna have 5 extra population support per TCs and 5 higher line of sight, as well as 10, 15, and 20% cheaper upgrades in the Feudal Castle and Imperial Age. And then on top of that, we also have... Dude! Holy crap, though! Poor nuts! I just love the name, I'm sorry. 500 bits coming in hot. Thank you so much, man. That's gonna be a total of 6 avocados, so I'm a very happy man today. Thank you so much for the support. And very much appreciated for the bits. Great stream. I'm very happy you're enjoying it. I kind of got lost already. Where was I? Yeah, I was talking about the Chinese. I think the one thing that I forgot to mention, or that I was about to mention rather, was 10% extra food on farms for free, which is pretty good. If we go and take a look at the map generation for Slam, he's got the main goal forward. He's got the secondary goals to the sides. One kind of on the back, I guess. Nah, these are going to be more to the side. And then the berries are forward. The secondary stone is forward. The main stone is on the back though. And then he's got 3 wool lines on the back and on the left-hand side. Which are going to be good for walling towards the edge of the map. But then that means he doesn't really have anything on the right-hand side to wall himself off with. So he's going to have to go for walls probably towards the TC like this. That doesn't really secure much of anything. Unless maybe he goes for walls like this, which I would probably prefer. I'm not really sure that these wool lines are actually connected, but this would be good so that he can secure all of this, right? Wow, Whiskeyful! What not? Thank you so much for the resub. That's 2 months already, and with Prime Gaming as well, which I love so much. You know, guys, with Prime Gaming, you don't have to pay for the sub, and it's super good. At the very least, for me, it was super good. It's always very, very nice. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let's go then and take a look at the map generation from BacT on the other hand. What do we get over here for the red player? He'll get the main gold kind of forward. He's got the main stone on the left-hand side and the secondary stone on the right-hand side. Both these stones are super far away. With this gold forward as well, it's going to be super rough for him to secure gold income because the secondary golds are so far away as well. Like the secondary gold over here is so far forward and this secondary gold is so far to the side, to the right-hand side, that he will be struggling to secure gold. Even if he went for walls from here towards the gold, that's going to be so far behind, so far beyond the TC. And then on the left-hand side, he's got a house over here. He could try to connect this area like this and then something like this, but he doesn't manage to secure any wood lines. The gold is not super safe either. He could potentially, because he's closer to the edge of the map compared to Slam, who's basically kind of in the middle of the map, he could potentially try to go for something like this. If he does end up going for a wall from here to here and then from here to the edge of the map, he manages to secure this gold, but then he also manages to secure this wool lane, which is fantastic. It's going to be pricier and it's going to be significantly more difficult to protect, especially around this area. He could potentially get breached. So if he does end up going for something like this, he needs to go and collect gold from here as opposed to trying to collect gold from here, which means he would have villagers at hand to try and repair. Village should be on the way for Slam, and for BacT, he's already on the way. He's going up on 21 villagers. Slam's going up on 21 villagers as well. Yeah, the difference over here is, of course, that BacT clicked up earlier, but he already had 2 extra villagers because of the Chinese bonus. And he's gonna be going for Minotaurs by the looks of it. This is really interesting because he does not have a barracks, but he's already making a switch to gold, so that seems to me it's going to go for full archers right away. No Minotaurs whatsoever. And Slam, on the other hand, Slam is actually the one going for militias. This could be really good. BacT, I think he recognized he was able to go out faster with a good amount of villagers, so he's just going to be able to go for full archer production. Meanwhile, his opponent's going to be going up significantly later with the same amount of villagers, so he kind of has to go for the Minotaurs. Otherwise, he does not have any pressure. But I think BacT should be fine over here. With each game, I feel better and better about the Arabic generation I got this morning. Oh, mate, what did you get? Uski and Burnout sounds like it's late in the evening. Sounds delicious. Oh, boy. Yeah, the scout's going down over here for Slam. So it was a pretty good engagement for BacT. Definitely relied on the faster fuel age to get it. And now we'll see the archer age coming out for sure. We should see also a blacksmith coming out very soon. Meanwhile, Slam's going for the Minotaurs upgrade as expected. But it's very unlikely he'll be able to do any damage over here. Very good reaction from BacT. He's already got all the resources walled up. We have 4 Minotaurs over here. For Slam. And BacT. BacT! BacT! Come on, man! That was so close! Yeah, he needs 2 villagers to keep out with the Minotaurs over here. I'm not really sure if he was trying to bait Slam into committing to the wall over here so that he would have enough time to go for archers without being harassed anywhere else. But yeah. There we go. Might be able to get a villager down though still. This shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have happened over there. And BacT ends up taking the first eco loss in the game. Slam gets pushed away, but yeah, I mean, that's still 3 Minotaurs over here. BacT already lost a villager. I don't think Slam is going to mind, you know. 1 Minotaurs for 1 villager is definitely worth it. There we go. Hey, little Crowdplasm. Hi, hi. I'm kind of wondering who here is just sticking around because of the series, Slam versus BacT, and who here is sticking around because they are only able to jump into the stream now. Like if you are in the NA or in Latin America and you are only free now to watch the stream. Kind of curious. Don't you ever sleep? Seemingly not. Don't worry. I'm gonna be sleeping after this weekend for sure. It's too good to miss. And here for the entire ride. Yeah, I know you've been. The entire thing as well. You guys are actually pretty good yourselves, right? You know, pretty good endurance for watching the stream for so freaking long. Good stuff, man. Another villager going down. That's the second villager dead already for BacT. I'm dying of COVID. I have nothing else to do. Makes sense. Nice. But he should take this one, no problem. Oh, you know what? That's actually a very good prompt for me to enable the predictions because I think I forgot to do it. Who wins game number 3, guys? You have 2 minutes. BacT, Slam. 2 minutes. That's gonna be another one going down for BacT rather. Yeah, it's amazing though, because of the Chinese bonus, BacT is only now getting caught up by Slam and villager count. Take a look at that, 33 to 33, despite having lost 3 villages. It's just amazing. That's because of 2 extra villagers for BacT, and then the added TC time for Slam. Nice defense. Yeah, and now Slam's getting pushed away. That was still pretty good though from Slam. So far he's been able to collect 3 villagers. He was able to catch up like this to BacT. And BacT on the other hand was not too badly affected by this. He should still be able to go up to the castle age. So while it was a very good performance for Slam, he kind of catches up to the Chinese in any case. Kind of sucks a little bit for BacT that he lost the lead already, but it seems like he's still going to be able to go up to the castle age, which is going to make a huge difference, of course, after we get access to crossbows and whatnot. By why not, I mean knights, potentially, siege weapons. BacT should be in a little bit of a better spot. He's got 7 archers over here coming forward already. Slam, on the other hand, should be able to go up to the castle age as well very soon, but BacT, I feel like he should have been able to go up already. Yeah, he's got 200 extra, 300 extra gold already. He definitely would have been able to click up if he had a market. Yeah, it doesn't have a market just yet, so it's going to take a little bit longer than necessary. Meanwhile, Slam, it seems like he's going to beat BacT to the punch, which shouldn't have happened again. There's a few things here at this match. The BacT could definitely have played a little bit better. But he's still in a pretty decent spot. He's not going up that much later. We have, what is that? We have a 20-second lead for Slam only, which is not too bad. But wins easy, no sweat with the Chinese. Alright, let's see about this. It's putting good pressure, and because Slam did not wall to the edge of the map and did not wall the right hand side, the archers are going to deny the entire wood, and this should be pretty good for Slam, honestly. Okay. Nice, quick walls though. I have no idea that was even open. Good catch from Slam, just in time. It's bringing all the skirmishers back as well, so he should be able to clean these units up, I think. And BacT, well, if he loses the archers he's got forward, he's gonna have only... Yeah, it's gonna have only 9 archers left, I think, back home. He's got 1 over here, and he's got 10, right? Yeah, so he's gonna have 9 archers left back home. Insignificant, nothing but a scratch. Nothing but a flesh wound. There we go. Yeah. The archer's going down. And that's what Slam was going for. Anyway, so that's pretty good already. And there we are. Castellators here for Slam. BacT will be there in just about 10 seconds. He's sending forward 9 archers. He's got 2 extra archers over here on the back. He's going to be sitting... I'm not really sure why. He's going to be sitting on the back over there, but he's bringing these archers forward. The crossman upgrades coming in, as well as BacT and Arrow, while Slam, on the other hand, is relying mostly on skirmishers. So he's got skirmisher, the elite skirmisher upgrade coming in, and BacT and Arrow. And now we're going to see a full switch to cavalry archers. Once again, free thumb ring for Tatars. It's going to be super good. For cavalry archers, it can be so nice as well. He's coming in. He does not have bloodlines just yet, but I'm really sure if he even has a stable to go for it. He doesn't have a stable. And BacT is pushing Slam away from the woodland again. He's got crossbows this time around. He should be able to break through the palisade over here, no problem. And he's gonna be coming in. What is Slam gonna do without access to wood? He's going over to the south over here, but Slam's gonna be coming in just one moment. Yeah, and if Slam does not play his cards right, BacT might be able to push him away from this wall in as well. Where are the cavalry archers? He's sending these forward? Yeah, and BacT is already completely protected. We need ballistics. The moment BacT realizes Slam's going for cavalry archers, he needs to go for ballistics. It's gonna be so important for his army. Good job. Yeah, and he's gonna keep on collecting resources over here. Let's take a look at these villagers. These are the same lumberjacks we had before. So far in the last minute, it's gone down to 65% or so efficiency. And since the beginning of the game, it's actually not been the best. 60% only working on resources, an efficiency of 79%. Yeah, you take a look at BacT on the other hand, take a look at his villagers. Just as I say that, it's actually looking worse. Because of all the walk-in time, I think he just refreshed the lumber camp, otherwise it'll be a little bit better probably. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse definitely for Slam over there. Yeah, he had just refreshed the lumber camp, so that actually looked a lot worse than it actually was. Good job, might be able to get a villager down. That's probably not a worthy trade though. 1 villager for God knows how many archers over there. I think he does like 7 archers, 6 archers. Yeah, and he's going to end up getting cleaned up over here as well. Overall though, BacT was able to get ahead in villager count, or to stay ahead in villager count. Slam's gotten a lot of extra idle TC time, and then BacT was able to start getting a few picks himself. With 2 villagers down over here, it's only going to be an eco KD of 3-2 in favor of Slam, which represents only 1 extra villager dead from BacT compared to Slam, and because of the 2 extra villagers he gets with Chinese. And all the extra idle TC time that Slam's got in this game, BacT actually ends up ahead by 7 villagers right now. Wow, this is really good for BacT. Much better than I was expecting this to be. He tried to get the quick walls up over there. Probably a lot of resources. Not really sure if it was going to be worth, you know, for taking only one, for taking only 1 cavalry archer. Second TC on the way for BacT means he's gonna be getting ahead in villager count further. So this might not be a 3-0 after all. We could very well have a full series over here. BacT can perform as well as he's doing right now. take this game and potentially take game number 4, we could have a full series over here. So guys, I hope you're ready for 2 more hours. Because we are only in game number 3 over here, and BacT is actually looking super strong. Good job. Good pressure over here for Slam, but BacT shouldn't really be taking too many losses over here. We have skirmishers only. Extra archer range coming up over here. That's going to be 3 archer ranges for him. Yeah. 3 archer ranges for Slam as well. Good defense for BacT. Should be going for the quick wall up here. That's definitely going to be worth spending the resources over so that he can take the skirmishers down, but he's not going for it. He lost a villager already. But yeah, once again, this shouldn't be too bad for BacT. He's still ahead by about 5 villagers, and now with the 3rd DC coming up in the northwest of his base as well, it's probably going to be fine. Slam really needs Bloodline. Yeah, he really needs Bloodlines on the cavalry archers. It represents a 40% increase in HP compared to your standard 20% on Knights. Pretty good though. Pretty good snipe over here from Slam. He's got ballistics already, so these are super effective, even at max range. There to see on the left-hand side coming in for Slam. We'll see a switch to stone already for Slam as well. Slam's got wheelbarrow. Yeah, that's a good point as well. So now actually the economy is going to be a little bit stronger for Slam. I think throughout the game, BacT might have been able to collect more resources total. Let's see. Nope, Slam was actually able to beat him by that as well. 600 extra resources, and now with wheelbarrow, that's probably going to be the case for the remainder of the game. Take a look at Slam though. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He's taking all the crossbows from BacT. What a legend! And that is how you micro this game. Good job from Slam. Took a bunch of archers over here. Yeah, now the TC's coming up, but it's only now going to be the 3rd TC for BacT, while Slam went for both extra TCs right away. And he's got them up already. He can take on the sheep. Good stuff. Yeah. And it seems like he'll be able to start getting ahead in villager count compared to BacT. So yeah, it doesn't seem like the red player is looking quite as strong anymore. And yeah, you know, and Slam actually is being able to start catching up very nicely. With a nice group of cavalry archers on the right-hand side. With the 4 siege workshop coming up over here with mangonels as well, he should be fine against skirmishers, and he should be fine against crosses as well. Now he's finally gotten bloodlines, so these are significantly tankier as well. I still think Slam needs to add something with the cavalry archers. Well, he's going for the... Yeah, he's going for the mangonel right now. He's going for the siege weapons, which is pretty good. He's coming in over here, was able to break through the palisade. And he's gonna be pushing 2 fronts over here. It doesn't seem like... Okay, BacT is paying attention, so he will end up bailing with the villagers, but he still takes a loss. And another one over here. Overall Slam, 7 extra villagers compared to BacT. What a great way to come back. In the last 5 minutes, we have seen BacT from a nice villager lead fall behind in villager count, and Slam catching back up in TC count while putting pressure up over here and increasing it as well with siege weapons now as well. Because we saw Slam collecting stone for quite a while already as well, he very soon will have enough resources to go for a forward castle. And because he's got military presence inside, or actually in front of BacT's base, yeah, he should be able to get the castle up forward over here. Imagine a castle coming up over here. Okay, let's take a look at the mangonel over there. That's good for BacT. Yeah, okay, yeah. Imagine we see the castle coming up over here. Then all of a sudden, BacT cannot collect resources from here. He cannot collect resources from here either. And he will be relying only on his main gold. How much of that is left? It's got 4 tiles. Many of these are, you know, not the best right now. We have 200 left over here, 60, 70, 300, and 600. There's not a lot. I think it's gonna have like 1200 left. 1300 left, and then if he does not get a hold of this area of the map, Slam's going to be in a much better spot, and he's getting very close, guys. He's got almost enough resources to drop the castle. Take a look at the scouting information, and Slam knows exactly where to place a castle. So where are the villagers? He's not sending villagers in just yet. Think we'll see Chuka news? I don't think so, honestly. I think it's a little bit too far away for BacT right now. He's only now starting to collect stone. I thought when he went for the 30C over here that he was going to make a switch to stone to go for a defensive castle and just try to play for economy. But Slam, yeah, was able to catch up as well. BacT does not have the lead anymore. He's not going to have a castle for the time being, or at the very least, he's not going to have a castle for quite a while. He ended up losing 2 other villagers over here working on stone as well, so he's gone down to only 1 stone miner as well. And yeah, Slam's got enough resources to go for the castle right now, and he's got almost enough resources to go up to the Imperial Age, guys. I'm talking about Slam going up to the Imperial Age. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see it be like over 3-4 minutes earlier compared to BacT. He decided to go for a more of a conservative castle over here. Despite him being able to go for the forward castle, he decided to go for this. But it's fine. He's gonna have enough resources to go for another castle later, so he can go for the second castle forward. Only just getting wheelbarrow for BacT as well? Yeah, that's a good point too. It's just been significantly behind on economy ever since Slam was able to catch up. Let's go and take a look at... Okay, this could be a castle denial or a castle delay in any case from BacT. Yeah, he delays the castle, but this one's coming up regardless. Yeah, there we go. Slam's gonna keep on going for it. Let's take a look at the amount of resources collected so far throughout the game, guys. We have 4,000 extra resources for Slam so far. No wonder he's able to go up to the Imperial Age so much faster while affording a castle and while having a very large amount of cavalry archers over here still to play with. BacT, on the other hand, going so heavily into skirmishers means he's gonna be using the food he needs to go up, and yeah, you know, Slam's looking strong. It's just going to be a situation of Slam getting to Imperial Age and BacT calling the GG. It seems to me like it's not very likely, given that this is the final game that BacT has. Or actually, you know, BacT does not have any second chances over here. He needs to win no matter what. But Slam, man, should be able to take this one not too much later after getting to the Imperial Age, right? Like, he's gonna be getting access to heavy cavalry archer, you know, silk armor, all the upgrades that he's missing right now to max out his cavalry archers, and I don't think there is going to be a proper reaction for BacT whatsoever. Napoleon, my man, thank you so much for the resub. Dude, that is 30 months already. Villagers of all civilizations unite. Seize the means of production. How are you doing, man? Nice to see you back. I hope you're doing alright. 30 months already. That is a lot. That is a lot. That's gonna be it, guys. It is a case of Imperial Age into GG as Slam, guys, moves on to the group stage with a final score of 3-0 against BacT. We're gonna be going through the achievements real quick, because I don't want to hold you too much, and we're gonna go back to see if there's maybe an interview with Mr. Slam. Overall KD, it's better than, or actually very close actually, to 3-2 in favor of Slam. 38 to 27 army high as well for BacT and Slam respectively. For economy, significantly stronger economy for Slam, getting about 5,000 extra resources. And if we go and take a look at technology, for instance, we're going to see faster castle and Imperial Age times for Slam, faster fuel age time for BacT. And there we go, 105